Welcome to This Month in Arts Marketing, where we cover the latest in marketing for small and mid-sized arts organizations. I'm here with Megan and Mel today, and we are going to talk about the good and what makes us feel hope for 2026 and just some great wins that we had this year.
I have one thing that comes to mind because it's been something I've been wanting to record a video on or something.
Go for it.
Um, I am the notorious last minute holiday person. Like I went to try to get Halloween candy on October 30th. There was no Halloween candy. It was Christmas candy. And I was mad that it was Christmas candy. And then yesterday we ran out of Christmas lights for our tree. I was proud that I was already putting up the tree this early in December, completely sold out of Christmas lights. I could not find a string of Christmas lights to put on our tree. And so I was like, how am I still late 23 days before Christmas? And what I've been thinking about is what the corporate world does is how early they release holiday
Mm.
things. I think is a good idea to steal a page out of their book for arts marketers for artwork and stuff is that you cannot wait until the last minute and hope that people will be ready to buy a ticket to your event or gather all the information they need to attend your gallery opening or anything like that. Um, the idea of being prepared and being early and building that excitement so far in advance that way when the time comes, people are ready to attend, ready to be excited about it, even if they don't buy that ticket until the last minute. There's that idea of just release the information. Don't be afraid to start spreading the word as early as possible. There is almost no such thing as too far in advance. Heads up. I think there's such a thing as too far in advance of selling out of holiday things in the store,
Right.
but for communicating about your artwork,
Mhm.
the earlier the better. That's one of the lessons I'm taking from right now that I do want to remind myself of and all of our clients of into the new year.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it in perspective. Like if you're seeing it out and about, then you should be thinking about it. What about you, Mel? Do you have anything like
Um,
the
I
good?
feel like it's one of the things I saw that a client did, and if they watch this, I think they're gonna know who I'm talking about, is that they the marketing director there, that the organization made an investment to support them. And they've had some really great successes this year. When it came to allowing this person, plenty of lead time to get content together, making it a priority for them to get the content from the artists that they work with and putting it together to the point of they are now able to run dynamic ads almost every week of their ad run, and it has transferred then into some just killer sales. Like they're just blowing goals out of the water, which is great. And the reason they got there is that it was a concentrated effort this year. Marketing is going to have the support they need. The ED, executive director, got behind that and has made it happen for them. So yeah, I that is like my takeaway of what I have seen. It is a night and day because I'm tracking their sales of last year versus this year with an annual production that they do, and it is night and day, like of what they've been able to accomplish. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a big win. I do think that like when we look at that, we have another client, different client that wrapped their season, their summer. They have a summer season, and we pulled numbers and looked at year over year since we started with them, and just knowing like it's a combination of having the resources that you need to create the content and the time to do it, and then doing it in the right way far enough
Mhm.
in advance, and then you're seeing like these astronomical like jumps in earned revenue, like doubling in a couple of years, like their revenue is doubling. And I think that is the good, right? The opposite side of that is the people that aren't doing that. It's like it's so frustrating to me because I feel like they're leaving money on the table at a time in the world when you can't really be doing that right now. So
I like that note of it's resources and strategy and them coming together. And then I think one of the questions I always have is when you're in that place of you kind of feel like you don't have either or you need more of both, like chicken or the egg, like which one comes first? You make a little bit of strategy in order to earn more resources or have the backing from people above you to give you more resources, which lets you implement more advanced strategy, which gets you more like it's a chicken and the egg situation.
And I would say there's another layer to that too, is structure, right? So I worked with someone, 6 months ago. She was like, she owns this little like art studio, and it's for rehabilitation. So it is specifically for people that need some type of outlet as they're, getting reintroduced back into society. And I found out yesterday, like I just work with her with one to two sessions through our local arts council had given them a grant to work with us for just a short amount of time. And now she has the opposite problem. She has so many people that are utilizing the space now, and it's just her. There's not the structure in place now, um, like to keep it running without her doing everything.
Yeah.
So it's a combination, right, of like the resources, the strategy, and the structure that all, works together, I think, to create something that's not overwhelming and is still really effective. Because she even said, like, point blank, I need more funding to get more people because now we have people coming and utilizing our resources, but I'm so busy, I don't have time to go get more funding. And it's like, yeah, there's just structure that has to exist. So the good and the flip side
Yeah.
of that. So, um, what about hope? What's giving you hope for 2026
Hmm.
from an art standpoint?
I really like seeing how a lot of whether it be individual artists, arts like support groups, or arts organizations themselves are like starting to have events that are very community focused versus just like a ticket sale, like what their work is event. Here in Buffalo, I am starting to see like different events that are more just like kind of hangout based. With some of our clients, we're starting to see success of people attending events that aren't necessarily ticketed. They're like come and experience or learn or be a part of the community. And it goes back to like a whole series of blogs that Lynette wrote earlier this year about how like being a part of your community is how you can work to ensure like your future of your work. And so that one I'm having a lot of fun with seeing and hoping to get a little more involved with and stuff like that.
What about you, Mel? Do you have anything that makes you hopeful for
I
2026?
well, that art's still happening. Um,
Art will always still be happening.
yes, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and that people are still taking chances, and whether it's taking chances with the art that they're producing, the works that they're putting out there, or even just in how they're communicating as well. That was something I was thinking about. That was another positive, but I'm also hopeful for is I've seen some clients take some chances on some new strategies this past year, which they were, afraid to do, afraid of like trying discounting, afraid to like restructure their price levels. But it's worked out as a benefit for them. So I hope that they keep that moving forward of like I'm not gonna be afraid of what like the climate of the world is gonna be, and I'm gonna still take chances in like getting, and getting people to come and see the art we're putting out there.
But I think my hope, like I'm feeling hopeful because I feel like we're starting to see more human to human connection built through art and people starting to like value art and art experiences and just building memories and experiences with each other. And so I feel like people are coming together through art. And I just really love that. I don't think that's going to go away. I feel like that's going to get even more and more important, like as just life is shifting and the world is shifting a little bit, that people are recognizing they want connection with other people. Um, and we've seen it time and time again. Like I always like to tell the story about, you can tell it too, is like we did focus groups for a client. And one of the things that we talked about in the focus groups was we asked them if they wanted any social aspect to their art. And they were like, oh no, we don't really need that. And then time and time again, every time we ran a focus group, they were connecting with each other and building these friendships. And there was a group of two women in one of the um focus groups. And I think Mel, you said that now they've only like they went to a concert together, like drove hours the next day or something to go to a concert together because they were going by like one of the women was going by themselves. And then like aren't they friends and like they volunteer and stuff
Yeah.
together?
And now they're volunteering for that arts organization together. And like, yeah, they've become friends. And it was every single time people would
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, I don't know if I need that." And then here we were, post focus group, hanging out for at least another 30 minutes or more, people just chit-chatting with each other who
In the parking lot,
found
like we found
common common interest, found a common
Yeah.
interest, and
Mhm.
also found a way because it was a variety of people who participated in the focus group. Some of them were had very new to this organization. Some of them had been with them for a long time, and then finding that connection and being, drawn in even, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
even more so. Yeah.
So
People don't know what they want. They can't articulate it
I can't
until it's right in front of them and you go, "Hey, by the way, look what you're doing right now."
and honestly, like being an adult and making friends is hard.
Mhm.
It is really hard. So like I love that if you have a shared interest with someone, it's a lot easier to develop those friendships. So anyway.
Oh, this did make me feel warm and cozy heading
Okay,
into the
good.
new year. Like I
Good.
can't wait to do this for another year and see what other like strides organizations make and like not trends, but like what new avenues people start to experiment with and find successes in and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
like the experimenting. I don't want people to be afraid of experimenting because they're fearful of what like yeah and what's going to happen and what's going to happen with the economy that that this is the time then to experiment because
Mhm.
what do you have to lose?
Yeah. And like we say all the time, just because you did it before and it worked before doesn't mean it's going to work now. So like you have to always be evolving. And so it is fun to see like some of the people that aren't afraid of that and have evolved and changed and like looked at things through new lens, how much it's affected them. So kudos to y'all.
Yes.
It's been a
It's
good
the
year.
super cheesy new year, new me.
Yeah.
New year, new marketing. New year, new communications.
Real, real. So awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today. If you had any wins this year or hopes for next year, we would love to hear what they are. So we will see you in January.